Welcome to the rebranding of the news segment that was in Geezers and Arms live show. I'm Wartdog, your host from geezersandarms.com. As you may have known or seen my prior video this evening, I'm rebranding the Geezers and Arms live show. The first video segment I'm splitting off is just me talking about games and that I'm playing and upcoming games that I'm looking at or interested in. This second half, this new video series that we're starting right now, episode 1, is the Geezer Gaming News video series, where I strictly talk about news in the gaming industry in the last several days, week ago or so. I'm going to try to make this a weekly video series to keep you guys, the audience, entertained and informed if you don't have time to watch videos or read news articles during your hectic non-gaming workday. So let's get into it. Let's start it off. Number 1, if you've seen my videos before, you haven't watched my last video, this is a new headset. I'm only going to do this once. SteelSeries Siberia V2 version 2. I love it. Retractable mic. The mic sounds better than my old headset, the Turtle Beach X12s. The headset itself is lighter than the Turtle Beach. There's no pressure on my big fat melon. The pressure is off because of this steel frame and this kind of free-forming little strap that conforms to my beautiful head. And it's the ear cups or ear cushions are better. It's a better headset overall. So enough about that. Let's get a news article. Bam, number 1. Xbox One real name IDs unavailable at launch. What that is, kind of what Blizzard did a little while ago, is give people the option to put their real name. So instead of Wartdog, it is blah blah blah. And it's not going to be available at launch. It will be an option. My take is good and bad. Yeah, I want to know what dumb shit is talking trash to me in Xbox. I want to know their real name. But then the other side of me says, I don't want people to know my real name. That doesn't seem smart at all. So I don't know how many people are really going to utilize this option. Whether it's free, whether it costs you some money, I don't know. It's the internet. Nobody wants to put their personal info on the internet. Especially kids, teenagers on Xbox Live talking shit to you in Call of Duty or whatever. Call of Duty or Halo, really. I understand it's nice as an option. I will probably not partake of it. I don't know a lot of people that would. I don't know. No. But yeah, it's coming out as a later feature. So, whatevs on that, right? Next one. PS4 demo kiosks are rolling out today, which is October 16th. So, if you go to currently a local Sony store, which I don't have any local Sony stores by me, and I don't know where they're at. I assume bigger metropolitan areas than I live in. They have a cute little kiosk that has a cute little Sony, big nice Sony monitor, and the PS4 in a nice plexiglass case with a controller that is going to get full of germs and be nasty in a couple weeks because everyone's going to want to frickin' try it. You know. I probably do too. I'm getting one eventually, whether it's on launch or a couple weeks or a month or so after launch, but I am getting a PS4 to go with my Xbox One because I need to know everything and play every game. and be able to play games with whatever community member is playing a game, if possible. So I need to do that. I think they say here in the article that Knack, Octodad, Dadliest Catch. That's a nice pun on words there. FIFA 14 and Contrast are going to be some of the games you can play on these kiosks. I don't give a crap about any of it. Maybe Knack, but give me some Killzone. I'm going to get that game come out of the box. I don't care about these. Those get Knack probably because of all the particles that I've seen in the videos on that game. FIFA probably because of the new Ignite EA Sports engine. But those other, you got to give me some games that show the power of this sucker, right? Give me some Killzone. Give me some other games there. I don't know. But it is coming to later on, which is probably before Thanksgiving, I assume. If they're starting today with these kiosks at Sony stores, probably going to be a shit ton of these in what they're saying is GameStop, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart. So it'll be everywhere. If you're buying any of those stores, it'll be there for before Thanksgiving and obviously after Thanksgiving, before Christmas. So it'll be there. Check it out. What's next up? We have a video that came out today for the Xbox One racing wheel features for this generation for Xbox One. I watched the video, and it's basically Major Nelson talking to the accessory guy at Microsoft or Xbox, I think. And they're just kind of going back and forth. He kind of works with third-party developers or hardware manufacturers to do do controllers and steering wheels and whatnot, headsets probably for Xbox 360 and now Xbox One. And basically, looking at the video, it's about a 5-minute video. Talks about 2 types of controllers, one being way more expensive and more like an F1 car, and with really crazy, snazzy pedals that look really expensive, and I didn't get to the part where how much it costs, but this is obviously for those crazy diehard Forza fans, maybe to a lesser extent the Need for Speed fans when Need for Speed Rivals comes out, which I think is a launch game too. I don't know. I'm getting Forza 5 because we have a Geezers in Arms racing league that's going to start up a couple weeks after the game's released. So I'm going to try to get into that. I am normally, sorry for the itch, normally not a racing person, but I love a good game with a sense of speed and to show off how awesome the Xbox One looks, which from what I've seen and heard, Forza 5 definitely delivers on that. So they are saying that there's going to be, what's it say here? Saying Xbox One will be not compatible with any of the 360 steering wheels. Oops. I thought at one time they were going to make an adapter for the 360 steering wheels at work. Apparently not. But PS4 will be compatible with all PS3 steering wheels. So, I guess for you Drive Club and Need for Speed Rivals, and I guess eventually, Gran Turismo fans. That's good, I suppose, right? I don't know. I'm not getting a steering wheel. A controller is fine for me. A steering wheel would not make me any better of a driver. I would still be a shitty driver. And the back of the pack always. So, whatever that one. Other piece of news, which there's a lot of weird news today. I'm just picking out relevant things that, high-level things that would hit and pertain to a lot of people and not the little stuff. But depending on how long this video is, I may put more little news items in here. We'll just kind of see, and let me know in the comments If you want more indie related stuff, more smaller game stuff, more iOS game stuff, I get a whole slew of news articles that I can throw in here and comment on and whatnot, because I do have an iPad, iPhone, stuff like that. So last piece of news that was from today, World of Warcraft adds Cataclysm to their basic edition. Which means, for you and me, well, not for me, because I've never played World of Warcraft. Shocker. I don't know how that happened, because I just never played it. I don't know why. I've played like every other one, but not that one. Maybe it's because of the bad press that it was getting several years back of making people crazy. And that crazy South Park episode with the World of Warcraft guy is pretty good, wasn't it? It's pretty good. But basically what this means is when you buy World of Warcraft, you get the battle chest. It includes all the expansions up to Cataclysm in that one thing. So when you buy World of Warcraft fresh, it has everything in it. It doesn't have the newest one, Mists of Pandaria, but it's frickin' Kung Fu Pandas. I mean, watch the DreamWorks movie if you want Kung Fu Pandas. So, small tidbit. If this game goes free to play, I guarantee I will try it. That's all I'm promising. I'm obviously not going to pay, even for a trial. I'm not going to pay $14 a month to play this old ass game that I know is dwindling month over month numbers. Whether, there's just a slew of other MMOs coming out that's kind of chipping away at their several million subscriber base, and this is getting to be a tired old ass game. And there's better stuff out there to play. Plus, I think there's a new Blizzard MMO coming on the market. So probably what they'll do when that game hits, they're probably gonna make World of Warcraft free to play for everyone. I assume, or maybe they're gonna be super nice because they made a shit ton of money on this game over the however many years it's been out. They might make the whole game free just to say, hey, the whole game's free. I don't know. We'll see. What else we got from past days? Well, let's skip around here a bit and kind of answer these two articles in tandem with each other. As I mentioned in my prior video, I was talking about games I'm playing. Watch Dogs and The Crew is pushed back to spring 2014. From what Ubisoft said, they said because of their high ideas of quality, which you can't blame a game manufacturer to do that, and for this totally new IP and style of game mode with the hacking and stuff like that with your cell phone, they want more months to polish it, which, I wanted to play the shit out of this at launch. I'm bummed that I'm not getting to play this till next year because this runs into my Titanfall schedule, which I'm kind of bummed about that too. I'm going to have a lot of good games come out next spring. Destiny's, I think, is like early or mid-summer. So, I don't know. But, yeah, it's going to be pushed back, Watch Dogs, till sometime next spring. And let's see. Looks like The Crew, their open world driving game, a la out of Forza Horizons, a la Test Drive Unlimited series, is getting pushed back to later next year. Maybe, so they're saying, sometime between April 2014 and March 2015. But I'm cool. I like Forza Horizon. I like open world racing games. I don't know. I like open world stuff. And then in conjunction with that news, people were obviously asking, well, what happens if I pre-ordered bundles, like Xbox One bundles that have Watch Dogs or PS4 bundles that have Watch Dogs. According to several sources and GameStop, GameStop is contacting customers who had reserved PlayStation 4 and Xbox One bundles featuring the game. Customers can elect to keep their current bundle orders, which means they'll get their console when it's launched, and they'll still have Watch Dogs reserved, and whenever it comes out, they will get that sent to them. Which I guess is fine if you wanna get the game like me, but I didn't get the bundle. I just pre-ordered the game and the console separately from GameStop, at least for Xbox One. And that's why I switched mine, because I'm like, I don't want to reserve a game that's coming out next spring, and then I don't have that game, that physical game. I have nothing to play for launch. I get a console. I want to play something, man. It's a new console. I want to play, man. So yeah, they're doing that. Or they're giving the people the opportunity to choose a different bundle. Like, if you want an Assassin's Creed bundle, Killzone bundle for PS4, whatever. So, it's nice that they're letting them switch it around and give them a couple options, but still bummed that it coming out. That game looks so killer. And the news article I talked about in the prior video. For you 360 owners out there, Battlefield 4 will require 2 gigs of install stuff. Assets, whatever. I don't know what it is. See if they say what it is in the article. And with an optional 15 gig install. And what they're saying about the 15 gig install, the multiplayer will have 6.6 gigs of content installed, which, if you remember, Battlefield 3 has probably HD textures or high-res assets. So it looks good on a 360, which came out in 05 or 06, one of the two. And then it has, for single player, you can optionally install 5.8 gigs of additional assets. So, and Battlefield representatives say that it is in your best interest to install everything you can install for this game. Because you can't really be streaming that stuff off the disc like maybe you could better on the PS4 on Blu-ray. I don't know. I'm not getting it ever for the 360 or the PS3. I will only get it for future consoles, probably Xbox One at some later date, or maybe as soon as it hits, absolutely as soon as it hits $40, which, sales and Christmas and holiday and Black Friday stuff coming up, Cyber Monday. Maybe not. Maybe Christmas time it might hit $40 or early next year. I'll definitely hit it. It's good. What else we got? Oh, Dead Rising 3 preview. Co-op joyrides. Joyrides. What they're kind of talking about is there's going to be vehicles that you and your co-op buddy can ride inside this game. An example they give is a motorcycle combined with a steamroller. We got the back half a motorcycle, the front end is a steamroller, which looks weird, and there's some kind of blades on the front of the steamroller, which is supposed to kill zombies as you drive through them, obviously. So that's cool, I guess. I did have Dead Rising 3 on my radar at one point. It's off the radar because I recently played Dead Rising 2, which I mentioned in a prior video. I was bored to death with it because there's no way, even with your guy pumped up, there's no way you can efficiently kill zombies in that game. And toward the end of my gameplay with that, before I said screw this and uninstalled it on my 360, you basically just avoid them all and go where you need to go. So I'll wait. I don't know anyone in the GIA community that is getting this game. There's a lot that were going to get it, and they keep hearing about it. And it seems more monotonous and boring. I heard there was an Xbox event recently, I heard in another news article, where someone attended and said that they saw and played build, or the final build or whatever, of Dead Rising 3. They said that it was very smooth, even with 500 to 1,000 zombies on screen, but he said that he could easily see where you would get bored of driving and mowing down and then getting out and shooting and making Dead Rising is, you either like it or you don't. The humor is still going to be there with crazy combos and stuff, but I'm definitely not getting that at launch. I may never get that. I don't know. We got a couple more articles here. One is a recent video that came on the 14th, so 2 days ago, that talks, I think Major Nelson and another chap talk about the Friends app built into Xbox One, and he was saying, you're going to have 1,000 friends on your friends list, which is a lot better than 100, but I don't know if I want 1,000 friends, because if you think about that, how it is now on Xbox One, a friend goes online, a friend gets into a game, you have a little pop-up that comes up during your frickin' game, and I know you can shut that off, but if you had several hundred, or maybe even 900 or 1,000 friends that are constantly popping up like that, you don't want that shit, man. I don't know. I don't think I've hit my 100 max yet, but I haven't played on Xbox for a while. And they said also that it's kind of like Twitter, and you have followers. So they're saying that you have unlimited followers. So kind of like Twitter, you can follow whoever the hell you want to. And if the person you're following then turns around and wants to follow you, it'll automatically make you friends on each other's friends list. So I'm sure they said there's different ways to shut that off so that you will not let people follow you, or you have to maybe accept them to follow, which I think Twitter is to some degree like that too. But this is the new gamer score. I swear to God, you watch news articles after this thing has been up months, years, whatever, that, hey, I got so many followers, just like Twitter. Just like Twitter. I got 500 followers. Well, you suck, man. I got 1,000 followers. So I'm not too worried about followers. I'm really not. That's coming out. And last thing I got, which is a little bit old, it's from last week. Steam did a video of this new Steam controller in action in various PC games, one being Portal 2, I think Civ 5 was in there, Papers, Please, the indie game, is on there, and then Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or Counter-Strike Go was on there, and, if you've seen the video or the pictures, there's no thumbsticks anymore, there's no D-pad, it's just two kind of discs that have haptic feedback to know where you're at and how to move around. Looking at the video of the controller and looking at the screen on how he's moving, it does seem like it works pretty decent. Especially with the Papers, Please and Civ 5, which are just hardcore PC games with mouse and keyboard. They made it seem like it would work pretty decent, and there's different settings on how the different whatever they call it, trackpads are completely customizable and can do different things with different control schemes based on whatever game you're doing. So again, guarded optimism. Um, but I ain't gonna know squat until I actually play it with some hardcore PC games. And even like a Battlefield 4 or a Call of Duty Ghosts on PC, see how that compares to a 360 controller, which compares to a mouse and keyboard. I don't know. And these may, they're kind of pairing these with the Steam boxes that have been announced in various fashions. So, yeah, we'll see about that. And that's it. That's all I have for news. This ain't too bad. We're about the 25-minute mark. Um, Obviously, this will get shorter and more efficient. But if we want more news, if you guys want more news, more kind of the smaller indie game news, or iOS game news. I don't play a lot of iOS games, but I can probably comment on some indie stuff that I've tried or at least looked at or saw videos of, to kind of give you a heads up on some of that stuff. Please let me know in the comments. Please, please, please. That's the only way this new show gets better. We're gonna make this streamlined. This will get better. My notes will get better. It'll be better all around. So yeah, please subscribe, like, and also please comment. Let me know what you think of all this stuff. I'm Warcraft for geezersandarms.com. We will see you guys next week about this same time. Look at some news articles. We'll talk about them. Keep you guys informed.